People of the verse, hello, welcome to the channel. This is the Eradicator, and there is our episode of Inside Star Citizen that we're having every week. And this time we have a very interesting episode, apparently, about aliens. Of course, it's Alien Week, right? Look at that, 11 minutes and 32 seconds. That's about the right length. It could be a little bit longer, right? But at the same time, pretty good. Steffi Ming, hello. Car Passion, hello. Car Passion, if you like cars, by the way, you may want to check out my secondary channel, Small Turismo, where we do diecast racing. That would be maybe you would like it. Anyway, enough of that advertisement here. Let's get straight into our Inside Star Citizen, and let's see what Jared here has to tell us. Sounds creepy already.
Other manufacturers and races, the Vanduul ships are really material driven.
Okay, wow, that's
over the time.
Look at that. That's the original Vanduul scythe, the one that we had in the original trailer back in 2012, if you remember. And we already know that the current pipeline regarding Vanduul ships is that they're not really going to have this design anymore, which to me looks kind of iconic. Kind of miss that old design. Hey, EDJ, great to see you too. So let's see what they have done here. It's actually quite cool because we are going to get a little bit of update regarding Squadron42 as well.
We've been working on this game, the Vanduul race and Vanduul ships art style changed a few times. We believe we found something really good and interesting that really spoke to everyone on the team with the Kingship interior rework, and we decided...
Look at that beast here, guys. How much of a frightening sight is that going to be in Squadron42? Squadron42, guys, can't come soon enough, and this is, I think, in sci-fi, this is going to be quite iconic.
Last year,
look at how this opens here.
That style and those visuals to the rest of the Vanduul fleet.
By creating a Vanduul material library, we started looking into types of surface and large-scale pen textures. We often create...
Oh, that's really cool. I like what we're seeing here because these are the different types of surfaces and color schemes that they're using for particular environments, races, manufacturers. We've seen that with the Banu, for example, when they were designing the Banu merchantman. We've seen that when they were designing the Origin ships, and finally, we get to see that for the Vanduuls as well. I mean, look at how they've got everything done, all the different types of surfaces and materials that you were expected to see with the Vanduuls. Everything is done here, and I think that once this is done, of course, it's going to allow them to go a little bit faster, right? Hey, Irad, says Colin Roberts. Did you hear that they were reworking the Kingship? That's a huge amount of work. That's not surprising, Collins. And your name is Colin Roberts. Maybe you have some intel here. Oh my goodness, EDJ! Thank you so much for the $10, man. I really appreciate that, man. Wow. Anyway,
to bring all in the materials and look at.
Wow! Did you see these? What is this? These look like I don't know, some kind of old-fashioned, spider web or something that the Vanduul are going to use.
Light conditions, and we...
Oh, this is also very cool.
Put it on simple geometry, like spheres and cylinders, and to have the parallax occlusion mapping visible and see how it deforms on a material. And this is a very helpful way to look at the materials before we...
Look at those patterns at the same time. Also, it looks very aggressive, but at the same time, it looks also very medieval. I mean, I see a lot of medieval looking patterns here where I'm looking at that. Very, very gothic. It's very gothic looking. I don't know what you guys think.
Ships.
So if you think about any creepy crawlies, any deep sea creatures, any kinda slimy, horror-esque stuff. That's kind of what we're going for in our references, and that's what kind of all started with, again, Frank's Kingship interior. He used that a lot, and it just all...
looks super alien, says Stefan, yeah. So yeah, it does seem like they did rework on the Kingship. And you know, if they're putting those Gothic architecture in the Kingship, you know, I have a feeling. This is just my own feeling, of course, but I have a feeling that we, you know, in Squadron 42, we are going to get inside the Kingship. Since they have to rework the Kingship and flesh out the interior, I think that they are giving away here that at some point maybe we'll be captured by the Vanduul, or we'll have some kind of infiltration mission to go inside the Kingship, maybe blow it up from inside. How cool would that be, guys? How awesome would that be? And that's why they need to flesh out the interior of the Kingship. Just speculation here, but this sounds very exciting to me, at least. Yeah.
Looking at the Blade is a light fighter of the Vanduul fleet, so obviously making it look sleek and nimble and lightly armored was the big objective on this ship.
Okay.
The main
So the team has rebuilt these Vanduul ships for Squadron 42. They will be adapted and replace their Persistence Universe counterparts at a later date. Okay, so we won't have the updated models until after Squadron 42 is released, apparently. Steffi Ming says, to me, it sounded like they already reworked the Kingship interior and thought, hey, this looks so good, let's make every Vanduul ship like this. Could be a possibility too, Steffi Ming. Could be a possibility too. Probably this would take less work, I think, but we shall see.
Really, between the squadron.
It's always a lot of secrecy.
Blade, you know,
oh, look at how updated the cockpits here. I remember in the old Vanduul cockpits, pilots were actually laying down. You know, they basically had their back up and their belly on the chair or bed or whatever it is. But it seems like this is not the case anymore with Vanduul ships. They seem like they redesigned that
cockpit area. Some of you might know that the Vanduul, the way they sit in a cockpit is sort of like we sit on the bikes.
You see this? Yeah. So this is exactly what I'm saying here. They changed the way that Vanduul ships are operated, because I can tell you guys, in the original Vanduul ships that were available to us, players were not sitting on backs. Players were laying down. You know. They were like flying like this.
This is
so
kind of where this bird of prey look of the ship comes into play, which naturally, if you're looking mostly down and forward, the way you want to approach your prey is from above. So that's why the ship has the most armor on the areas where on the top of the ship where a pilot doesn't look, and slightly armored at the bottom where he's kind of heading and he doesn't have to worry about.
Oh, so that's why they have those designs, eh? That's because they are afraid of being attacked from above, but they are very confident about attacking from above. So they actually have less shields or less protection, you know, on their belly, but at the same time, that's where they will be the most aggressive.
This is probably what defined the art style of all the Vanduul ships. That if you look closely, you will see. It's this beetle situation. Nice hard shell at the top, soft, busy, high frequency.
Oh yeah, all right. Looks like it also gained a little bit of size here.
Cockpit that looks not like a human technology at all.
Yeah, it's like a hog, the lone gamer. You're right.
Weapons, the Vanduul create their weapons sort of like the rest of their technology, which is they scavenge what they can from battlefields and from other races. However else they can find the components they need.
Yeah, when you look at, is that the scythe here? Looks like the scythe. When you look at this ship, yeah, it definitely looks like it was taken from it was built from a scrapyard, if you see what I mean, right?
One of the issues on the old scythe was that the weapons were part of the ship.
Yo, Zeph, thank you so much, man, for the $5. It's really appreciated, man. Thank you so much, man. Wow, you guys are awesome today. Thank you so much.
This is something we wanted to definitely resolve on the new one. Visual aspects of the ship is we did like asymmetry a lot. That definitely has to stay. It's fairly iconic, but we wanted to make sure.
Oh my, that's not the same ship at all. Like the old scythe looked far more industrial, but this, well, it makes sense at the same time because you still have that same silhouette, you know, as I forgot which dev was saying that back in the old days. The guy with the gold shirt. If you guys can please remind me of his name in the chat down here. So it still has the same silhouette, but it doesn't feel as industrial at all as the old Scythe was looking like. This is definitely, well, it's matching the same visual style of the other ships here, and that sting here, actually the sting maybe, or that sword, that scythe maybe, is looking far more menacing and dangerous, and at the same time also stronger. This is very well done here. CIG by how the way they redesigned the scythe.
Sure, the ship looks much more balanced than it was before.
Do the Vanduul have a bird of prey cultural influence like the Romulans? I'm not up to the lore. Well, the thing is that we don't really know the lore about the Vanduul because it's not like anyone, according to the Star Citizen lore, it's not like anyone went to the Vanduul homeworlds and ever came back. You see what I mean, right? So there's also that sense of mystery as of, where do the Vanduuls come from? What's their history? How did they get there? Why do they do that? In lore, we don't know that yet, but I think that it is also going to be for explorers to discover that as well. So as of right now, Colin, we don't know.
Before. And we also wanted to give it those kind of medium fight.
What is this? Looks like some kind of massive gun that everything is so asymmetrical in that ship. Like even the cockpit is not under the middle of that spike here.
Characteristics.
The scythe looks like a mess, and that's why I love it so much.
A little bit slower than the faster nimble ships, but it's definitely looks like it can do better maneuvers than a heavier ship for the Vanduul and other races.
Okay, and this is like the Glaive, right?
If it comes to Glaive,
yep,
we wanted to use this opportunity to give it a unique look, so it doesn't look like a scythe.
Well, I like the old look of the Glaive. It looked also very menacing for sure. But now, wow. It's looking, yeah, it definitely has more visual identity and character, I would say.
On the other side. Also, we wanted to make it look special, so it looks similar to other ships, but in its own right, fairly unique.
I like how the cockpit of those Vanduul ships, like the new cockpits, look like an eye. Like it looks like this is the eye of the ship, and that's fascinating.
We like the bird of kind of prey, aggressive silhouette and look.
Well, it looks like more like a bat, but
wanted
yeah.
to emphasize on that a little bit more, which also suited the art style of Vanduul, especially when looking at the other ships. The smaller Vanduul ships definitely have this.
Good question. Why aren't they selling the Glaive for Alien Week? I think that the Glaive, if I remember, the Glaive is you need to, if you want to get access to the Glaive, I think that you need to beat a Vanduul Swarm. But that's just what I remember. I could be wrong.
Bird of prey kinda look to them. This is a bit of a peek into what we've created for Vanduul, for Squadron42, which was a very exciting task for me, and working with Frank on developing this, and with Nate, our art director, that was incredibly rewarding.
I agree with you, Colin. Artists are getting better.
What we came up with, and see you in the verse.
They aren't selling the Prowler either, says Steffi Mink. Good thing I already have one. Yeah, but we already had the Prowler, right? But yeah, at the same time, it's kind of too bad for people who didn't have money to buy the Prowler when it was available, and now they do, but they can't get it. I totally get it.
The Vanduul are just some of the.
I thought that was a really great segment about those Vanduul ships. It's great, and we haven't had an update on the Vanduuls for a while, and I think that the work that they're showing us, tremendous work from the devs here. Really impressed by the new visual language. So yeah, really looking forward to. Oh, what is that? Oh yeah, SPK.